Hey there, fans of Brotherly Love Wrestling. It is I, Vic Delicious.
Philly's own, the Mecca here.
It is the real McCoy, J.D.X. Justin D. Xavier.
It's your man, CD, the fallen angel, Christopher Daniels.
Hello, boys and girls. This is your old friend RJ City.
Hey there, Brotherly Love Wrestling. Bill Carr here.
Hey everyone, this is two-time guest Wheeler Yuta.
Two bozos from Philadelphia flapping their gums about pro wrestling this, pro wrestling that.
Which is not that unique in the grand scheme of things yet.
You are in for a treat because you're tuned in to Brotherly Love Wrestling.
Philadelphia, are you ready?
He said, are you ready?
This is Brotherly Love Wrestling Podcast, your first stop for everything professional wrestling. So sit back and enjoy wrestling talk at its finest with your hosts, Larry Hall and Joe Corrado.
Welcome, everybody, to Brotherly Love Wrestling. That was a very good beginning. Nice. Anything else?
No.
You good? Okay. So, as we begin the show, we will be...
Flatulence.
God, I hope not. This is a very small room. We can't be doing all that. But I want to start with AEW last Wednesday, because there are a couple things I do want to touch on. I want to get your opinion on.
Okay, sure.
So the first thing is the William Regal and MJF in the ring promo, and MJF telling the story of his tryout with WWE and how how Regal promised him that he was going to get an opportunity and all this. I feel like it's just MJF hitting a home run once again and a very, very good promo.
All right, well, get ready, ladies and gentlemen, for one of the first times I will admit when I am wrong. How I said a few weeks back that I thought MJF was just cutting the same promo and it sounded the same time and time again. Well, I was wrong. You're not going to get that much out of me. You're not going to get that often or maybe ever again. I was wrong. I thought it was incredible. Like I said, I mean, what I'm focusing more on now in the wrestling is not even the wrestling. I want to be locked into storylines. I want fucking storylines to it. Because it was cool for a little while to watch like these banger matches, but just like I thought was going to happen, it was going to get stale and it's going to look the same.
Eventually, yes.
Eventually, over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
Just like storylines are kind of recycled, the same match with the same pace and the same moves and all that crazy shit. It's cool for a little bit, but then I don't like when they try to out crazy themselves because then it doesn't add to anything.
Yeah.
But
now you're just doing spot over spot just because.
Spot fest.
Yeah.
Which was, I thought, a lot of what AEW started to do, and I didn't like it. Like, they were just there for that crowd pop. And it really adds nothing to the TV because, yeah, it's cool to see, but 30 seconds are over, and you're just like, okay, I need some substance.
Yeah.
But MJF, 100% substance. Anything that he really sinks his teeth into, he'll be the best or one of the best things going in all of wrestling.
Which is why I wanted to touch on it, because I remember you saying that about MJF doing that.
Very astute. I knew what you did there. I'm not stupid.
Another part of Dynamite I did want to touch on, because like we said in previous shows, I liked the direction of where the story was going. Was the Jericho and Dalton Castle. Dalton Castle getting a little shine on Dynamite.
He's a freaking six-man tag or six-man tag team.
ROH, yes. Yeah.
I didn't know. I forgot about that.
Yes, because they beat the Righteous.
Yeah, I know. I forgot about that. I probably purposely pushed that through my memory.
Yeah. But Dalton Castle gets a little shine on Dynamite, albeit in a loss to Jericho, which I think everyone would expect.
I think it all makes sense now because Jericho, legitimately, they're going to let him run through everybody until he gets to whoever that last person is.
That ROH boss that you're going to be able to put over.
Is it Daniel Garcia?
Oh, would that be the
Be the payoff?
that he?
Would you be upset with that?
Man, I'm 50-50 on that. A part of me would be because
you want it to be a surprise.
Not that I want it to be a surprise.
You have a
the
certain
Ring of
person.
Honor fan in me wants it to be a Ring of Honor guy, but again, I also said,
Yeah, but if he bought out Ring of Honor and he wants to do something different than what WWE has always done, this would be that something different is create a new star.
But like
that company.
Yeah, like I said, it could be anyone, and it would be more beneficial to a younger person to be the new face of Ring of Honor. And if that whole storyline cultivates, completes with a Daniel Garcia flip flop again, and him winning the title and beating Jericho, that's huge. Because just when you thought that he was turning on Jericho and he was going to be with
what if
BCC,
what if it's just that he
goes
just,
back.
What if he doesn't want to be with BCC? What if he just wants to do it his way?
It's even
and
better.
He doesn't want anyone's help, but he kind of solidifies himself as a single superstar, and he doesn't need a group, because I don't think that everybody needs to be in a group. I think that you need some single stars. I mean, I know in groups you have certain people that shine brighter than others.
Yes.
But I mean, if he's going to be ROH champ and they are going to eventually get ROH their own TV and network and all that, or whatever they're going to do with ROH, he shouldn't be in a group. He should just be by himself.
Isn't it big enough star to do it?
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do, is that you give someone the ball. I mean, he's proven very entertaining and one of the best wrestlers on the roster.
We knew that already. We knew how great he is.
Right now, he's getting the Jericho rub. He's getting the Bryan rub. He's getting the Moxley rub.
Regal.
The Regal rub.
Yep.
The Regal rub. Regal rub. So yeah, I mean, I think though he's not the biggest star that we just named, but if he's kind of involved with all these, I mean,
and learning under those trees.
Think about it. I mean, Moxley's the world champ.
Yeah.
I mean, he's the biggest star that they got. Jericho's pretty fucking big too. I mean, those are the two of the biggest stars that they have.
And you talk about one of the better minds in the history of professional wrestling in William Regal.
Yeah, who molded NXT for how long?
Yeah.
And we loved what he did over there.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, I don't hate the idea, and I'm not saying it because I said it, but I think if they're going to start over.
And start young.
Yeah.
I like that.
And he can always continue to grow by beating former ROH guys.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that honestly, I think it's time for something new.
I'm down for that. I mean, look, December 10th, you got Final Battle coming back as a Ring of Honor pay-per-view again. And then the rumors...
Do it there.
Okay. Where was it? Texas? I want to say,
it's
right?
December, right?
December 10th. In Texas.
So you'd have to start it like now, where they start to have the tension.
Yeah.
There's a little animosity. Jericho gloats a little bit too much, and Garcia is the one that won the match for him. I mean, then again, I don't think this is necessarily going to happen, but...
Well, you still have coming up on the AEW slate is Full Gear.
That's November.
November 19th.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean neither of them have to be on the card.
No, I'm not saying. I'm saying that way you have another big show before December coming up.
Yeah.
To where something, you know what I mean, you can lead to a little bit. But yeah, Final Battle, and of course, and then there's the rumor with AEW that there might be a television show come January for Ring of Honor.
Something tells you they keep that title on Jericho for Final Battle. If they're gonna try
I think you're right.
Talking about ticket sales and whatnot.
I think you're right.
Keep Jericho there for your pay-per-view, and then maybe after that, find a different direction.
So you talked about the world champion. So the final thing I want to talk about AEW is the world championship match. Hangman and Moxley.
You mean you don't want to talk about the Lightning Fire women's division?
No, I don't.
Okay.
No, I don't. I have no interest.
Okay.
But unfortunately,
Adam Page got fucked up.
early end to that match is he took the lariat and landed,
knocked himself the fuck out
horribly onto his head. So unfortunately, that match ended prematurely. And hopefully, Hangman is okay and he's able to come back
just
and be
another
healthy.
one down.
Yeah,
I mean, I feel like injuries have run rampant
through all of wrestling. Yeah,
but AEW, I feel, has felt it substantially more,
and more recently as well.
I mean, you talk about all their big stars that they had. You had Bryan out at a time. You had Punk. You have Omega. You had Cole. I mean, talk about the heavy hitters that are just
O'Reilly's out.
Yeah, O'Reilly. I mean, lesser, but
yeah,
still.
but he's slated as one of your top guys.
Yeah.
But the only good part about that ending of Dynamite is you have MJF coming down with the chip in his hand with Bryce and looked like he was going to cash in then. Of course, teasing it and now finding out that on November 19th at Full Gear,
he's like
we get Moxley and MJF.
Really on the verge of that face turn.
Yes,
somehow.
I agree. Do you ever see him being a face? Like,
I feel like
is it the opposite of Cena? Does he stay heel as long as he can?
I feel like them egging him on makes it so much easier for him to be a heel. Like people actually getting behind him for him to just continuously turn on them. It just makes it so easy.
Like how he came out in the Islanders jersey, and then ripped it off and just downrated.
Yeah, I feel like he's just.
Yeah,
they're just egging him on at this point.
I agree.
They're making his job easy.
Does that match excite you? Moxley MJF at Full Gear.
Yes.
Do you think that it's time?
Does it excite me enough to rent it? I don't know, man. And we've had some fucking troubles with the AEW fucking pay-per-views.
BR Live did us dirty last time.
Fucking pay-per-view did us dirty because they won't let me order it.
Yeah, that's right. That whole order was horrible.
That sucked.
Yeah, it was.
We missed everything that I wanted to see, only to find out that everything that I wanted to see was cut short.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
Yes.
That was months ago.
But so
let's talk about the now.
I'm down to talk about the now. Oh, not that now. Like what's going on now.
Oh.
That now.
All right. So I want to switch it up on you. I want to play a little game of what if or what would you rather?
Which one? What if?
What would you rather?
What would I rather? Okay.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
So, would you rather the Bucks and Omega come back and light up AEW, or would you rather them leave and go to WWE? Again, theoretical, completely spitballing here. What would you rather? And the reason.
WWE is such a bloated roster right now,
and
AEW does too. Don't get me wrong.
Don't get me wrong.
No, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying they don't. I'm just saying for stars like that, that's. But what would I rather see?
Okay, so I'm going to go off of what you just said.
Okay.
WWE has a bloated roster. WWE has much more TV time.
Very true. No. Very true. I'm not saying they don't, but. See, and
again, it probably will never or could not happen. I don't know contracts and all that shit because I don't care. But
I'm going to say AEW.
All right. Why?
I wanted to say WWE, but I feel like for the health of AEW, I think it'd be better for them to go back and do what they've been doing or be better, whatever, at AEW.
Do you think that hurts AEW substantially if the Bucks and Omega leave?
Substantially, yes.
Yeah?
Yeah, I do. They're your heart and soul. They are all elite wrestling. That's the elite. You're losing your namesake. Well, I mean, and you already lost Cody. And Cody was a part of that when they started it. Yeah, I think that hurts AEW a fuckload if they do that. I think creatively, yes, they would be 1,000 times better in WWE.
Right now,
with this era, with Triple H doing what he's doing, Triple H and Shawn Michaels doing what they're doing, Road Dogg, I believe, is back, so him as well. Like all of them doing what they're doing, I think yes. Will Omega be better? Maybe. Would the Bucks be better? 100%. Because you give Bucks a little bit of direction with their wrestling fan minds, they could go buck wild because they'd
See what you
get
did there.
they'd get that little bit of leash. Not so much freedom that they had in AEW, but they'd get a little bit of leash to play with. But they'd have these guys going, wait. Let's do it like this. What if we tweak it like that? Do this. I think it would help the Bucks more than what Omega, because like you said and pointed out many times before, Omega is stunted in that area of being entertaining. And yeah, he can tell a story in the ring, but he's not so great on the mic. He's kind of like AJ Styles is. AJ Styles isn't great on the mic. I don't care about AJ Styles when he's backstage. I just want to see him in the ring. So Omega is up in the air, but the Bucks would definitely be better in WWE. But AEW needs the elite. Otherwise, they are Jericho and Moxley. It's what they are, and Bryan to a little bit lesser degree.
All right. Next one.
Mm-hmm.
Would you rather?
Mm-hmm.
Would you rather FTR stay running Rumpshaw and winning all the titles besides the AEW titles, or would you rather them back?
WWE.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I want WWE's tag team division to get better, and I think that only helps. Again, also with the Bucks, that helps.
Is it a substantial loss for AEW?
No.
No?
Because they're not fucking doing anything with them.
That's true.
Because you have them with fucking Ward Joe, and it just you're not doing anything with them. So no, it's not a loss because you have so many good tag teams in AEW when FTR wasn't there, and when they're there, that them losing FTR is not a big deal for All Elite Wrestling. So 100% back to WWE.
All right. I'm going to hit you with more as the show goes on.
Don't give me one more. You're going to leave me at two. Just give me. Can I get a third one?
All right, now you're going to put me on the spot. I didn't have a third one ready.
Oh, okay. No. We can move on. We'll move on to Monday Night Raw and WWE.
All right.
Unless you're ready.
No.
Okay. So a couple things I do want to touch on. Big-ish things to touch on on Monday Night Raw. I think the storytelling, as we have witnessed over the past couple months, has obviously gotten better. I think
everything's gotten better.
Yeah, I think The Miz,
even NXT's gotten a lot better.
The Miz Dexter Loomis thing for me was starting to get a little stale. Adding Johnny Gargano to it, who has the connection with Loomis. And
Lupus, it's Lupus,
not Lupus, Loomis.
It's Loomis.
Has freshened it up a little bit for me. And now you have Johnny Gargano threatening The Miz, saying, if you don't tell the truth, if you don't tell everybody what you know, I'm going to blow the whistle on you. I'm going to let everybody know. So now you're adding a little intrigue into that storyline, which everyone is
when does Ciampa come back to?
Well, they just said on Monday last night, that he's injured.
Man,
so
he's injured.
I guess Ciampa's hurt, so we're not going to see him for a little
Unless
bit.
It's a
it could be
kayfabe injury.
It could be kayfabe, but at least that's what they touched on last night on Raw.
And they don't want to just freaking go to the Gargano Ciampa well right away.
Maybe you hold off a little bit. The other
chomping at the bit for it. I'll tell you that much.
Other couple things, the club going up against Judgment Day and Rhea, and Luke Gallows taking a huge bump for Rhea outside the ring.
How do you feel about that?
I love it.
Hurts Gallows? No,
I don't think that can hurt Gallows. Like him as a character or him as a competitor getting slammed by a woman. No, I don't think.
Not that woman.
No, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Not with her.
Stronger than maybe half of the men's roster.
Yeah,
maybe a little bit more.
So you have the tease of the club backstage afterwards saying that they got to deal with Rhea. So we're getting someone to link up, at least for a little bit, with the club. So if you were booking that, who would you put in that spot? If they're leading towards Saudi and you're going to have a 4-on-4 match.
Charlotte.
Charlotte?
Yes.
Huh.
If I'm leading towards Saudi.
Yeah.
That's
her return is to join the club as the first time you see her?
Something completely different, isn't it?
It is. I'm surprised. I'm pleasantly surprised. I would love for them to do that.
Yeah, it's like something completely different. Just bring her back with them. Bring her back as a face.
Do you announce it, or do you just have them have a mystery partner till next Saturday, and then just her music hits in Saudi?
Yeah.
I like that. I didn't expect you to say that.
I mean,
like it.
she's currently the biggest name that they have available because Becky's hurt. Sasha's not here. Bailey's doing something else. Charlotte's Charlotte. I mean, you could bring back a part-timer, so to speak. I mean, would it make sense? Beth Phoenix? Maybe. But you got to have Edge involved if that's the case, because Edge was the one that watched her get concertoed.
Yeah, she can't come back.
You can't just come back and be a part of the club all of a sudden.
Yeah, I agree.
To get your redemption. That's just dumb.
Yeah, I agree.
So, I mean, if you're going to bring in someone, I mean, who do you have available? You got Asuka?
Nah.
Yeah, like, look at your face.
I mean, she's good, but...
Yeah, but, I mean, it's not who you want. I mean, duo drop?
Nah.
Piper
Nevin? Yeah. No, I like it. Look, you don't have to keep giving me options. I like the Charlotte thing.
I'm just thinking, if you're going for biggest bang for your buck, you're going...
And she has, like, I don't know, backstage friendship or posted on social media with AJ a bunch of times. So
weren't they a part of the mixed match challenge?
I think they were.
There you go. That's a strong enough bond for me. Bring it all the way back. Long-term storytelling.
Talk about
from the mixed match
crossing your
challenge.
T's and dotting your I's.
Yep. He had it playing the whole time.
Yep.
The whole time.
The other thing I wanted to talk about is the return to WWE TV of R-Truth. So we saw R-Truth for the first time last night, and I knew it was going to happen. The second The Miz kept saying, do you want the truth? Do you want the truth? I'm like, this is it. And his music hits and he comes out. It was awesome. You got to see.
Do you not like Truth? Anybody who doesn't like R-Truth, I don't trust him as a human being.
I agree. I
don't. I just don't trust him as a human being. He
is amazing.
He's like one of those, like, if you're going to protect anybody, like, you protect R-Truth.
I agree. Yeah. It was great seeing him. I thought it was
like legitimately.
Like, got a match against the Miz. Truth. It was awesome. It was entertainment at its finest.
Yes,
just because.
If you're looking for like entertainment, look no further than Truth.
Yeah.
I mean, he's just entertaining.
The other thing that picked up for me that I didn't think I was going to like is Mustafa Ali feud with Seth Rollins.
Is it because it's Ali?
No,
or is it because it's Ali Rollins? You didn't think Rollins could.
Why I didn't think I was.
Why did you?
It was Ali because obviously because of the way Ali was booked in the past, not because
you mean the leader of Retribution didn't do anything for you?
Yeah, not because of him in general. It was just the way he was booked, and I thought he deserved better. And it looks like they're going with it for a little bit. He's getting a little run against the champ in Seth Rollins. He had a match with Austin Theory, and of course Rollins interrupted, and I loved it.
I'm going to interrupt you real quick. I got a new one.
Okay.
Would you rather it be continued to be called the United States title, or would you rather it be something along the lines of a light heavyweight championship?
Oh no, I would keep the United States title. All right. I thought you were going to go a different way with that and call it the TV title. I thought that's what you would do. I would do more of.
I would love a TV title that just gets defended. But if you're going to do your defenses on TV and call it something else, I mean, 6 one, half a dozen the other. It's the same thing. You're just not calling it a television title.
And it just, at least with this era,
call it the U.S. Well, it is a United States title.
Yeah,
on USA.
That's true. Yeah.
So it's USA title.
Yeah, but at least this way you get the lineage from WCW.
Calling it the Fox title?
No.
So the Intercontinental is not just the Fox?
No, it's always the Intercontinental.
The Alicia Fox title?
Oh, that's even worse. Absolutely not. Right. No, absolutely not.
So I had something.
Last thing about Monday Night Raw is the return of Nikki Cross. Not Nikki ASH. Nikki Cross is back. At the very end, she attacks Bayley. And that's how they go off the air, is the return of crazy Nikki Cross.
I like it.
Me too.
I like everyone coming back from what they were.
These gimmicks.
Yeah. I mean, Vince was almost trying to bring it back to fucking, like, early 90s.
Yeah.
Really was.
He really was.
Like, the corny,
although
corniness that he was
Nikki ASH was pitched and wanted by Nikki Cross.
Yeah.
It was her idea, so that can't put all the blame on Vince.
I mean, you got to look at but if you're given the option, be like, it's either this or nothing.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, we're not letting you be you because it doesn't fit the scheme. So, what do you got for us? Okay, I could be a fucking stupid superhero, and I'll try and make it work. Which, for a little bit, she did. She won the fucking championship.
Yeah.
She won the title.
They ran with her for a little bit.
For a minute.
Yeah.
And that
Can't
was
take
it.
that away from her now. She
No.
is always going to be a former women's champion.
Yeah. I mean,
good for her.
Good for her, yeah.
So do you have any more of the what would you rather? Because we can move on to the end of the show segment that we were going to do if not.
I'm sure I can think of some for another time.
Okay.
It doesn't have to be tonight. What if we touch on NXT just briefly?
Okay. Did you watch?
I didn't get to watch full.
Okay.
Because I'm hanging doors and shit, you know. Like I'm just live the life.
Yeah.
Live the life of a hanging doorman.
Mm-hmm.
You're just a doorman. Look, I can only let 2.25 black people in here. Means I got over 2 black people and a midget.
You better hope people understand that reference.
It's freaking knocked up.
I'm just saying. I know what you're talking about.
I just told them.
Why did you want to talk about NXT?
I just feel like NXT has picked up again.
It has. I agree.
It feels like, though it's not the same household names, the talent that's there it's like, again, like the young cream of the crop.
Like I think they're starting to get their feet underneath
them. But they're
too.
not even doing it like Triple H has done it in the past, where he just took all of the big name independent talent.
Mm-hmm.
Like now they're kind of doing it the same formula, just with their people.
Yeah.
Not people that like this is some homegrown talent that we're working with.
And aside from that, the storylines that they're being put in, the matches have gotten significantly better.
It's NXT. I mean, it was only a matter of time.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you can say what you want about competition and one side's not paying attention to the other, but Vince will tell you one thing, Triple H will tell you a different. Like Triple H, he when they went up head to head, or if they ever go up head to head, he's paying attention. He's pulling out, like, look, they went head to head for the Tuesday Dynamite against NXT. Who'd they bring back? A Nakamura. Only one of the best fucking people that have ever come out of NXT. Like fucking Shinsuke Nakamura. And as soon as he hit fucking main roster, everyone was fucking singing the fucking theme song.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, unbelievable. Like you're gonna and Kevin Owens was there. I mean, Finn Balor was there. I mean, you got
the best versions of a lot of main roster guys were all polished in NXT.
Yeah, I mean,
you look, Enzo and Cass, they were never as big as they were in NXT. They were huge. The reason that fans were saying can't teach that on Monday Night Raw is because everyone was screaming that at NXT. The reason Aleister Black was so cool on the main roster and people wanted him so bad was because you couldn't miss his entrance in NXT. Andrade.
And they fucked it up.
Andrade, the same thing. Gargano, the same thing. Ciampa, you can go down the list. Well, I said, yeah, of course, Aleister, but Aleister there, obviously Malachi and AEW, but like
for now,
the people that they churned out, NXT knew how to do it, and they're starting to turn now, especially Halloween Havoc was really, really good. They had gimmick matches, they had an ambulance match, they had the spin the wheel, make the deal in, they got a casket match. You had just, especially the title match. The title match, Dragunov, Breaker, and JD McDonough. For a triple threat match, I think NXT is starting to get the triple threat match down pat. Like old ECW style, how they were insane with their triple threat matches. I think NXT is starting to get it right with triple threat matches because that title match was phenomenal.
It's a dangerous thing if they catch some fucking, because that's just more viewers going this way.
Yeah.
I mean, look, when you put the numbers together, like AEW beat them out, but not by that much. It wasn't an impressive victory.
They had their swings to where they dominated them here and there, of course. But
yeah, but when you put them head to head,
but that's also their main roster. You know what I mean? AEW going up against NXT was main roster versus third show. It wasn't main roster
And
versus
that
main
third
roster.
show showed out.
Yes.
God, I want to see the old Nakamura. That's what I want. I want the old fucking when he first came to fucking NXT.
The original, yeah, Nakamura. I got you.
That was insane. With the shakes and the fucking seizures, fucking kick in the corner.
I'll tell you what, I can't not now. I when I see Nakamura, I feel it feels cheap without Pat McAfee. Pat McAfee has grown.
He's elevated a lot of fucking people just by shouting at the top of his lungs
and standing on the table.
fuck
I love Pat McAfee. I miss him on SmackDown. Although Barrett is doing a great job. I
Yeah.
love Wade Barrett, but I do miss.
Graves fucking torments that fucking the guy he's with now.
The hell is his name?
I get the whole fucking.
I like
color
the two man. I like the 2-man
Oh,
booth
for sure.
a lot better
It
than
gets
3-man.
fucking not too mucky. Although Michael Cole is just great. He will go down as one of the most underappreciated voices of wrestling.
I think he's starting to get his flowers now. I think people are starting, like you just said, more and more people are noticing how great he really is.
How much he adds to like, especially these like better pay-per-views that we've been having. Like you can just tell, like it's like what Morrow did for so long with NXT. I mean, Cole's been doing that for how long?
A long
going
time.
absolutely apeshit when he needs to. Like he knows how to like talk, and then he knows how to
lay off. He knows how to let the moment breathe and not say anything,
and then go crazy.
Yes, and then go batshit crazy when the time calls for it.
That was just my 2 cents on that.
I liked it. So last week
we did a
draft.
A draft.
Yes,
it was your top 5 picks. It was what were the Halloween scary gimmicks is what we did last week.
Yeah. Yep.
Your 5 squad got wiped by my squad. 5 squad.
Easy there. Easy.
I'm
Wiped.
pretty sure
Easy.
I had Isaac Yankem.
I had The Fiend and The Undertaker. One of the greatest in all time.
Yeah, but my depth was so much stronger.
If I have the GOAT, your depth can be what it is.
I got Sting in the 4th round.
Yeah.
Pro Sting.
Yeah.
I got Abdul the Butcher in the 5th, and he might fucking legitimately murder your whole team. You might not have a chance. He might fucking actually kill them. You had Isaac Yankem. He took you down.
You know who I was thinking about afterwards was Bruiser Brody.
Oh, I had so many fucking lined up for that. It was going to be Gangrel was a good steal because I had Gangrel. Papa Shango, he didn't make my draft board. I saw him there. I was like, you know what? I can't do it. Viscera would have been a good pick.
I was thinking Viscera, but I never really looked at him as that creepy, scary.
King Mabel.
Even so, Anyway, this
week's draft will be your finishers. The finishers draft.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I wanted to give you an easier one so you can struggle this week. So, I mean, your top, you're looking at the draft board. I get a first overall pick, don't I?
Yeah.
So that means I strategically have to go. All right. It's got to be the first overall pick. It's the Mac Daddy. It's the Stone Cold Stunner.
Okay.
That's the first overall pick.
Obviously.
I mean,
I can't.
You can't knock it.
No, I'm not going to.
You can't. You just have to accept it. The first overall pick.
Yeah, if you're going Stone Cold Stunner, then I'm going what I would believe would be the number 2 overall, a solid number 1A under the Stunner, and I'm going the Tombstone Power.
I had a feeling you were going to do that.
Have to.
It was on my board.
Have to.
Cross it off my board. All right. So for my second overall pick, this finishing move has only been kicked out of once.
Okay. Think I know where you're going with this.
And it's nothing pretty, nothing fancy. Razor's Edge.
I knew that's where you were going.
I go with just pure fucking to the point. Drive them down. 1, 2, 3. You ain't kicking out.
Okay.
And it's a cool name. If you're going off cool names.
Yeah.
Razor's Edge.
Okay. My second, I'm gonna go with one that can probably is one of the most versatile finishers of all time.
All right, I know where you're going.
And
fanboy.
you can
You're such a
pretty much
fanboy.
hit it out of nowhere.
Oh,
So I'm
okay.
going with the RKO.
That was a good pick. That was a good pick.
Go with the RKO.
You shocked me on that one.
I knew what you
shocked
thought I was
me.
doing. Yeah.
That was a good pick.
Gotta
That's
go
a
with the
strong pick.
Yes.
Oh man, it's a good one. This is
Thank
a good
you.
matchup.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going different.
Okay.
I'm going somewhere where you didn't think I was going to go.
Okay.
Not as versatile as the RKO, but when done, could be overused today a little bit.
Okay.
A couple different people do it, so I'm going to take one integration of this move, and I'm going with the Eddie Guerrero Frog Splash.
Ooh, that's a really good one.
I had a 3. That's a pretty good 3.
Yeah. All right. So, all right. You went with one that has only been kicked out of once. So I'm going to go with one that is equally protected in the world of wrestling. And I'm going to go with the One Wing Angel.
I mean, for the people that only watch WWE, you probably have no idea what the fuck he's talking about. But
I'm doing it for wrestling fans, and the top finisher, and I needed it on my board. I couldn't put it over RKO or the Tombstone, but the One Winged Angel, one of the most protected finishers in all of wrestling. And talk about lethal, that's over. It's over. So I've maybe kicked out once, maybe, right? I think once.
All right.
So I've got 3 as One Winged Angel.
I'm going, and this is a steal at 4.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a tag team finisher.
Okay.
The Doomsday Device.
Great pick.
That's a great. I don't even did anybody ever kick out of that? I don't know if anybody ever kicked out of the Doomsday Device. They literally just dropped you on your fucking head. They had no care.
Yeah.
Animal just said, "Oh,
Yeah.
sorry, sorry about your neck."
Yeah.
Those fucking guys just lived it. This is a lot better than I thought it was going to be. One Winged Angel, man. Surprising with Kenny.
I had to go with something that I know would be protected.
All right.
I'm going to put this one on
the 4th slot, your 4th pick.
And I can't believe it has fallen this far.
All right.
Especially against you. So I'm going to go with the Sharpshooter.
All right. I knew as soon as you said, especially with me, I was on my board.
I figured.
And it was probably going to be my steal of the 5th round.
Okay.
Yeah, when you think of finishing submissions in wrestling, if you're talking about people our age, the Sharpshooter is it. The Sharpshooter is it.
Yeah.
There's nothing else.
Yep, 100%.
I think of the Sharpshooter. Whenever I think of someone doing a submission finisher, that's it. That is a steal. That's a good pick. Very jealous of this pick.
Final pick?
My final pick. You just took the best fucking submission finisher. Now I can't. There's nothing I can equate to that, so I can't go finisher. I can't go fucking submission. I gotta go. All right. I think I know what I'm doing. I'm just trying to double check and make sure there's nothing else that I might have
overlooked.
Man, I got 2, but one's not. It's one you can't. I'm gonna give an honorable mention at the end.
Okay.
And I'm going with my last pick. Diesel's Jackknife Power.
Very good pick. I think underrated.
I think so too. And he didn't really do it to her because he kind of just dropped you. He always had you up, and it was kind of just that I'm 7 foot tall, so I'm just gonna fucking drop you.
Yeah, it was more of a throw than like Batista. How Batista would drive.
Sid fucking drove.
Yes, Sid was another one who would do the
if
drive.
I wanted to put Sid's powerbomb, looked like it could kill you.
Yeah.
All right, so I have 2 honorable mentions after you.
Okay, hold on to those.
And I do not think you're picking any of them, either of them.
Okay. I'm torn. I'm very torn.
There's
because
I know who you're torn with.
Ton that I want to get in.
All right, what do you think's going to land you at the 5 and to compete? Not a lot of power in mine. Oh man, there's one that fell so far down. You got to take it.
So I think with the fifth one, I'm going to take it because
it's a 5th round pick. If you take it,
yeah, I'm gonna.
I don't think you're thinking of the same one that I'm thinking.
I don't think I am, but I just out of when you think of finishers, you talk about for an era that of finishers that you knew as soon as it was hit, it was over, and the era of wrestling that we live in now with people doing it. I'm going to go with Sweet Chin Music for the number 5.
I think we left a fucking substantial one off the board.
Mm-hmm.
The Rock Bottom.
I did it on purpose. I didn't.
It's one of the most iconic. That and the People's Elbow.
The People's Elbow, I feel, is more iconic than the Rock Bottom.
All right. So I had 2 goofy ones.
Okay.
One is just a cool name.
Mm-hmm.
Pearl River Plunge.
Pearl River Plunge.
Great Johnson.
Hell yeah.
And it was a great move too.
It was
Tiger Bomb.
Mm-hmm.
That was a great move. And then this one in my WCW heart, the Frankensteiner.
Frankensteiner is fucking amazing. Frankensteiner.
He was way too big to be pulling that fucking, and he whipped you. Like you see the Hurricane Rana stay where you're like, he fucking spiked you.
Yeah, it wasn't. Let me wait for you to jump so you can do your flip.
No, let me just flip it, and you're coming with my legs no matter what.
Yeah, because he had that power.
Yeah,
he had that power. He was going to yank you off it anyway. Didn't matter.
And it wasn't like a off the top rope. He literally stood there, jumped, caught you, and then fucking whipped you to the fucking ground.
The one I was torn, my honorable mention was the figure 4. I was back and forth.
That would have been
with the sharpshooter.
Figure 4 is that, and someone was probably saying this as we were talking it, but we were 90s. Like I feel like figure 4.
70s and 80s.
70s and 80s.
Yeah.
I mean, we're thinking Brett. But yeah, I guess you could think Flair.
I was torn. That was my spot. It was either.
It would have been great if someone put in the bionic elbow.
Look, I mean, moves like the bionic elbow or I mean.
Oh, you know what we forgot? I'm so fucking. I'm bad. I'm a bad person. Savage's elbow.
Yeah, I looked at that too. I had that in mind too.
If I would have prepped a little bit better, I might have. I think I had a pretty good draft for not prepping.
Yeah, absolutely.
Fuck, man. Savage's elbow.
I looked at things
That's
like
the prettiest elbow drop in the game.
This, like the spear and stuff like that. Like
I wouldn't have respected the spear.
Whether it's Edge, whether it's Roman, whether it's Goldberg,
I would have. You know. I would have taken an F5.
F5 I was thinking of an attitude adjustment. Was
attitude adjustment I would have put in there. Whatever the fuck Warrior did was he just he's a power slam, and then he ran back and forth
in the splash.
He jumped on you.
And you know what other one I saw that I was thinking about in my head, but I don't as a finisher. Again, just like Sweet Chin Music, like for that era, it was you hit it was over. And actually, for his entire career, you hit it was over. Is the leg drop? Is Hogan's leg drop? You want to talk about finishers? That, I mean, you talk about Stone Cold and Undertaker having the number 1 finishers in both of ours. Leg drop, that was the finish because he never fucking put anyone over. Everyone lost to the fucking leg drop
except for Warrior.
Yeah, like I mean, like that's leg drop might trump both our number 1s.
Nah, but leg drop and Stone Cold Stunner.
I agree.
I mean, which one are you drawing more to? The Stone Cold Stunner.
You're only drawn more to the Stone Cold Stunner because of Stone Cold, not because of the Stunner.
Well, yeah, but Stone Cold was the personality. Stone Cold was the guy that carried wrestling.
I'm not arguing that. I'm just saying the leg drop.
We missed with the Rock Bottom, I think, and I definitely missed with Macho Man's fucking elbow.
I was surprised you didn't. And I'm surprised
I was really thinking I had Walls of Jericho in there.
I thought either that or I thought Sting's version.
Well, I couldn't do it.
Make it.
I knew I couldn't do it once you said Sharpshooter because I had Scorpion Deathlock in there, but I was like, I mean, more people know it as the Sharpshooter. I think.
I agree. I think so too.
So I think the Sharpshooter was the right pick. I mean, there's a couple that are just really.
I had the Pedigree on there.
Pedigree's another
as well.
RKO was a really good pick.
Thank you.
RKO was a very, very good pick.
I felt like that was a strong number 2.
Yeah, I think That is your 1A, I think. I think the RKO will pass the Tombstone Pile Driver.
I think you're right.
I think
Eventually.
it will.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think anything will pass the Stone Cold Stunner. I don't think anything has it. No one has what Stone Cold had.
Mm-hmm.
So no one will ever pass that. He will go down as the biggest. All right, so I posed this question on Twitter, and I want to hear your thoughts on it. And this is how we'll end the show.
Okay.
Will Roman Reigns, when all said and done, make it onto
Mount Rushmore?
The Mount Rushmore. Being as that he's following in the same footsteps as Cena, except he's doing it differently. Cena was always a babyface. Roman's doing it now as the heel, who's gaining more and more popularity as the heel, as the guy you're not supposed to root for.
I'm gonna say no.
Okay.
I don't
You're saying
think he will.
So if you were to do a blanket, like if you were to poll the census on everybody's
Mount Rushmore,
Stone Cold's got to be there. I think The Rock's on there. I think
the Mount Rushmore of wrestling is so fucking hard, it's not even funny. Because you have to define
about the two biggest stars in era. Then you'd probably have Hogan, and then I think Cena.
Yeah, see, but
I mean, you leave off Flair.
It's so fucking hard. It's so fucking hard. You're leaving off Flair. You're leaving off Taker. You're leaving off Bruno Sammartino.
Yeah.
You're leaving off Bret Hart. You're leaving off a ton. It's so fucking hard.
Roman doesn't get on it because he's not even at that level yet of the people that I didn't even put on the blanket.
Correct.
So Roman can never. He's got to leapfrog so many people to get on the Mount Rushmore.
He has to be an 18-time champion, or he, like, granted, his title run is pretty fucking
he's got
amazing.
Himself sell out arenas worldwide.
And the other reason I say no,
Austin will sell out an arena.
Well, look,
Hogan sold out.
He sold out Mania because the chance of him wrestling last year.
Yeah.
Anyone who was like, "Fuck, he's going to wrestle."
No, I'm talking about in the heyday.
Oh,
like
yeah,
of
course.
People that
of course
sell out, like people that. I mean, it's not what people want to hear, but the people that fucking put asses in seats that don't just do the cool.
Not that Roman doesn't. Not that Roman doesn't, because that's.
But I feel like he needs the certain caveat to do it. I mean, granted, you did back in the day too. You needed that person, but there was just more people to choose from back then.
The other reason I say no is because he's already on a relaxed schedule.
Yeah,
that's the other reason. He's already on a relaxed schedule. He's not far from stopping. His wrestling career is more behind him than it is in front of him at this point.
Yeah.
So that's the other reason why. Not because I don't think he's worth it or capable of it. It's that in his eyes, he's almost done.
He's almost Hollywood bound.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So that's why I don't think it. I think if he came out and said, "No, I'm wrestling for another 10 years, 12 years," then I'd be like, okay, yeah, of course he is.
You got a big shot.
Yeah, but I don't believe he has that, or he wants to.
This is one of his last runs, you think?
I'm not going to say that, but I feel like
you think he's going to become more of a special attraction.
Yeah, I do. I think this is WrestleMania 39 coming up, right? So I say he's gone before 45.
Okay. I don't think that's too out of the realm of possibilities.
Yeah, I think by 45 he's gone. Maybe not forever, but like The Rock, when The Rock first started to go away and he'd come back every now, like I think he'll start doing that, or like Cena. Like I think that's what's going to happen to Roman Reigns.
Hollywood Roman.
Yeah, something like that. But yeah, that's why. That's why he's held back, is because he's already relaxing his schedule, and well deserved. But yeah, unfortunately, he won't make it up.
He'll be on the Brock schedule.
Yeah.
It's not a bad schedule to have.
No, or the money he's making.
Yeah, right.
So we hope you enjoyed the show. If you think our draft was off, let us know. Let us know what your draft would be.
I think we named the ones that we were a little off on.
Yeah,
but I think they were two strong drafts.
I think so. I agree.
RKO got me. Man, that was a good one. Think about that later on.
Thank you for watching. We hope you enjoyed, and we'll be talking to you very soon.